Oh, just noticed I was on mute. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back. Thank you for coming and supporting me. I just want to start off by thanking everybody who has supported me since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Want to thank everybody who's had me guest on their show. Uh, want to thank everybody who's here. Off the ropes boxing MMA, the GOAT Mario P. Want to thank HCP, D Style Boxing, Maestro A Boxing. It's been a good road here. A lot of learning, and we moving, we going. We gonna keep on growing. Let's do this. My fault on the whole muting thing. We back. I noticed I was on mute, but we back. We back. We good. Got a good show for you guys today. I'm not gonna speak about everything. I'm gonna speak about the main events. And some good news that has come up, some things that I find interesting. I've been on a lot of shows this week and have discussed uh pretty much this weekend in totality. So I'm all talked out about this weekend and these weekend events. So I'm gonna speak about what I find interesting and a lot of good things happening in boxing. Thank you. Google be treating me nicely with these backgrounds. Just be searching Google deeply, and I try to switch background as often as possible. How's it going, Boxing Republic, aka Nancy? Thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's get right into the boxing. Let's jump into it. We got my man, everybody's guy, the star who just became the shooting star. He came out shooting. Big Bam, Jesse Big Bam Rodriguez versus Carlos Cuadras this weekend. Boy, was Jesse Bam Rodriguez impressive. And you know what? Carlos Cuadras was no slouch. He came out there ready. He came out there fighting. He was trying to win. He was not trying to let the younger guy come out with the victory. He did what he came out there. He didn't go out there doing an Adrian Broner, you know. But yeah, you got to give the big props, big props to Big Bam Rodriguez. He did what he had to do. His footwork was amazing. He had so many highlights besides the one highlight that we see. The highlight where he threw a jab and dashed forward, switched stands, and with the same hand that he jabbed, came up with the uppercut and knocked him down. That was super pretty. Hell of a beautiful highlight. But he definitely had a lot more highlights than just that one single highlight. It was boy, a star was definitely born. What a hell of a event for boxing. He gave it to us right this year, and it wasn't on pay-per-view. That was amazing. I mean, it wouldn't have. I mean, actually, if it was on PBC, it probably would have been on pay-per-view. Knowing PBC, shit's funny. But yeah, man, a new star was born. A lot of people having questions regarding what Bam should do now. I've answered that question many times. I spoke about this interview that he had before the fight, an interview where he mentioned what his plans would be, and I think that he should stick to those plans. I'm gonna share that portion of that interview. I went searching so I could show you the interview that I was talking about. I'm gonna do a better job at saving videos and things that I speak about so that I could show during YouTube's. It makes the videos more informative and a lot better for the viewers because it's not only me talking and speaking about my opinions. I'm actually showing you what I'm speaking of and showing you that it's real information. So here we go. Let's share my screen and the audio. All right, we here. All right. Here goes. This is the audio. What's good? Long live boxing. Respect to you too, brother. Let's keep doing it. Always speaking facts, no cap. That's how we keep it here. Nothing but facts. All right, let's go. So this right here, this portion of the video is where Bam speaks about what he plans to do. This is before the fight. This is before he wins. This is what he says he plans to do after he wins. Let me see what. No, that's it. That's enough audio. This whole copyright stuff, I don't want to be one of those guys. That it happened to me before and I hated it. So yes, he said he wants to go back down to 108, capture a title at 108. He wants to go then to 112, capture a title at 112, and he then wants to go back up to 115 and recapture the title because he plans on uh, giving the title up after winning it. That's what he said before the fight. So he said one title at 108, one title at 112, and then go back to 115 and regain his title at 115. I have my big bam theory, the big bam theory, the big bam theory. What should Bam do? In my opinion, Kenny's big bam theory. I'm gonna challenge him. I'm gonna make it even better, even better. Become legendary down there, young man. He's 22. Has a hell of a long career ahead of him. So I think he should go and try to be legendary, right? And this is what I see as being legendary. Go back down to 108. Four fights versus the four champs. You won the belt at 115. You got a name now. So if they don't want to fight you, they would really be ducking. So go back to 108. Four fights, four belts. Do a Canelo-like move, Canelo-esque. Be undisputed at 108. Go to 112. At 112, four fights, four champs, four belts, undisputed. 115, regain the belt that he's going to give up right now when he goes back down. And continue from there. Continue. After that, Kenny's big bam theory is done. Once he gets back to 115 and gets his belt back that he plans on relinquishing, he's at that point he's already made history, undisputed in two weight classes by the age of, like, let's see, he's 22 right now, 8 fights. If he goes on a fast track on these 8 fights, which we don't know because they'll be championship fights, don't know how rough and tough they'll be for him and his body, but if he goes on a fast track, let's give him fast track championship fights. Let's give him 3 fights a year, right? That's very fast. I mean, he's young, who knows, but 3 fights a year, that's very fast for championship fights. So 8 fights, giving him 3 fights a year. He's 22 right now. Let's see, 23, 24. He'll be 25 or 26, and he'll have 2 undisputed weight classes. That's insane. That's unheard of. That's legendary. That right there is my Big Bam theory on what Big Bam should do. After that, and that would be following the Mayweather and Pacquiao and De La Hoya, the game plan, the outline that they created, which is, get a belt in one weight class, go to another one, get a belt in another weight class, go to another one, and get a belt in another weight class. It would just be improving it because he'd be going undisputed in every single weight class he went up to. Then he could, after 25, 26, he could do whatever he wants. He'll be a superstar in boxing. Superstar, So at that point, he'll have accomplished almost everything that anyone in boxing would want to accomplish, and he could decide to do whatever it is that he wants to do. He could fight whoever he wants to fight. He could decide to stay in 115, become undisputed there. He could decide he wants to go up further than 115, So, yeah, man, my Big Bam theory. Big Bam, who put in the work. And I did see an interview where I think it was the day after the fight. He was with the belt and he was sitting on a couch, I think it was, and he was with the belt and he was emotional about the belt. Because at first he was saying that it hadn't hit him, that he didn't feel any type of way about the belt, about winning the belt because it was too soon and it hadn't hit him yet. But the following day, he had that interview and he was more emotional and liked and wanted the belt much more. So I'm hoping he doesn't stay at 115. I'm hoping that he follows Kenny's Big Bam theory. Yo, what's good, Eileen? How's it going? You know, the Big Bam theory. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving forward. The next fight that I am going to speak about today is Keith One Time Thurman versus Mario El Azteca Barrios. Yeah, so I gotta look up something because I forgot to queue up a video for you, but I'm looking it up right now. So, in my opinion, if the Keith One Time Thurman that we saw this past weekend is the best Keith One Time Thurman that we're gonna get, then that Keith One Time Thurman is gonna remain Keith One Time Thurman because he's never gonna be champ again. That one time he was champ, he was two belt champ. That's gonna be the only one time he was champ, unless he shows us a little better. Because the weight class at 147 right now seems to be stronger than the weight class that he was dominating. And he was a contested champ at one point. I do give him that, but I see one time staying one time unless unless one time can get a little better. But he did say that he's gonna include some high intensity interval training. If he does include some high intensity interval training, uh maybe that could improve his conditioning, improve his power. I don't know, who knows, we'll see. But he needs to do something. He needs to do something about the situation with his body. He can't continue getting destroyed to the body. Yeah, so it is what it is. He did show some great boxing ability though, but he didn't knock out Barrios, who a smaller man, Gervonta Davis, knocked out. He definitely outboxed Barrios by a lot. The mouthpiece came out one more time. He was gasping, breathing for air. He showed that he's weak to the body. He shouldn't show that just that open, like that he got hurt to the body. And then I saw an article. He goes on social media. He has an interview and he says that if Mario Barrios would have stepped harder into the body punch, that he could have put him down. What the fuck was he thinking? That just sounds stupid to me. You don't tell people your weaknesses. You don't tell people when you're feeling weak, when you're feeling some type of way. Bro, you can't talk about that. You can't tell people your weaknesses. But whatever. Barrios, man, Barrios. I know everybody's seen Barrios and what his face looks like after that. Oh, and I felt bad for Barrios. I've said this several times throughout this week. I felt bad for Barrios. Barrios had his nose was very injured. It was very like swollen and injured. Um, Looked like Miriam Gutierrez, which was the girl that Amanda Serrano last fought, who she hurt pretty bad. Yeah. I felt bad not because of the injury. I felt bad mostly because he in the post fight interview, I remember him giving his interview, and he seemed like he was gonna cry, because he just got beat for a second time in a row. Like he doesn't know what he's gonna do or where he's gonna go. He's seen himself as one of the elites, and he's proven to himself that he's not one of the elites. Think he needs to go back to the drawing board. Uh, think he needs to have a hard tune-up fight. What I mean by that is a very good. He needs to have a person that boxes very, very, very well, but that hopefully he could beat. That's under the level of Keith Thurman. And a person that comes to mind for me is Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas is a good boxer. Jesse Vargas has been in the ring with a lot of good contenders, and I think that that'll be a great fight for Mario Barrios to, say, yo, I'm legitimate here. I'm official here. I'm for real. I am part of this weight division, and you guys have to respect it. You know. So I do got this one joke here. I got this one joke let me share the screen real quick. The whole Aztec warrior thing. I've been hearing a lot of people say that he needs to get rid of it, and as I hear people say it in English, it reminds me of something that I find very, very funny. Because Mario Barrios, he calls himself El Azteca. He doesn't call himself the Aztec warrior. But when you guys said that, you got me thinking of a very funny situation, very funny video, very funny movie I once saw. So this is next Friday. Joker. You probably guys probably remember him, but yeah, pay attention. There we go. Oh no, we don't want to see the butt, but the I'm a Gnostic warrior. Ah! That's what that reminded me of. When I was reading in chats and communicating in chats, and people are saying that he needs to let go of the whole Aztec warrior thing. Because I never said it in English. He calls himself El Azteca, not the Aztec warrior. You know. Yeah, so I think he should fight somebody like Jesse Vargas. I think that'll be a very good person for him to fight. Yeah, I think Jesse Vargas would give him a really good challenge and help him more establish himself as a welterweight. I think he really needs to go back to the drawing board regarding training. He needs to change something. He's a very big dude. He's 6 feet. He got very long reach. He should to be fighting to take advantage of those qualities and abilities. He should not be fighting so like he's a small dude and staying inside in the pocket so long and trying to trade so long. Like that's stupid. You know, makes me think of who he should train with. He was with Virgil Hunter or whatever. I don't know his name. But in my opinion, he should go and train with damn, I forgot his name from the Crunk. Uh Trains Tyson Fury, whatever. Um yeah, he should go and train with them over there at the Crunk, whatever. Uh I think it'll help him with his jab and staying long and staying and being powerful, using his power, using the jab and the cross, staying long and using his power and looking more to implement his size and hopefully his power and change his style. Not because what he's doing right now, it's not gonna work. In my opinion, it's just not going to work. Keith one time. Who should he fight next? Who should Keith one time Thurman fight next? I think I answered this question. But people said that this person will destroy him. Virgil Ortiz, I think, is someone that he should be looking to fight. People said that Virgil Ortiz will destroy him. Look, Virgil Ortiz is not a champion, is a great challenge, and if he wants to fight someone like Terence Crawford, I don't think he's ready for that. If he wants to fight Ugas or Spence, I don't think he's ready for that. I think he needs one like a tune up to the tune up. You know, he needs a much tougher fight that is really going to test him and his abilities, and he definitely needs more training. He needs one more fight, I think, before he tries to challenge for a belt. But I do think this is Keith one time, and one time as in I don't see him being champ again, not with the classes of welterweights that we have now and we have coming up. All right. All right. All right. Moving on to the next topic of conversation for myself. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. So yesterday did a podcast with Off the Ropes Boxing and MMA. We spoke a little bit about how her Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, their fight is making history at Madison Square Garden with pre-sales. I think is sold the most or the second most, or I think is the top selling fight in pre-sales, which is amazing. It is going to be a great fight. Everyone should support it. Bob Arum should change the date. He's a clown because the fight isn't even set, so he's a clown for still considering that date and keeping it there. You guys all know how I feel about Bob Arum and the things he says and his way of being. If he was a nicer guy, a better dude, I wouldn't feel any type of way about him. But he's not a nice guy, a better dude. Back with the beet juice, you already know. Gotta stay healthy out here. All right. Continuing forward. So there was something else that came up, which is what I really want to speak about, but I thought I'd mention the pre-sale history situation. But this is the second situation that I want to speak about, which is the 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds that Amanda Serrano suggested. I don't see why that'd be a bad situation for them to do the 12 rounds. I'm surprised that Katie Taylor said no. But it does make sense why Katie Taylor said no. At the end of the day, you're used to fighting a certain amount of rounds and time per rounds. Uh, you're getting paid a certain amount of money. The money's not increasing for you to fight the longer rounds. Why put yourself to more work? I get the point of view 100%. I do get the point of view of Amanda Serrano too. They're already making history. This is going to be a historical fight. They're making history multiple ways. Why not continue making history? Why not? Why not make it one of the first 12 round 3-minute round fights in women's boxing. So let me just show you the little clip that I got from Twitter regarding Amanda Serrano and speaking about the situation regarding her. All right, here you go. All right. All right, all right. That was a little portion of an interview. Amanda Serrano speaking on why she mentioned the 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds for the women's fights, and Katie Taylor turned it down. I heard D Style yesterday. I was hearing his podcast, Hispanics Causing Panic. It happens every Tuesday. I believe it's at 9 or 9:30. If you guys don't already watch it, tune in, check that out. Great dude, great boxing content. But I heard him speaking, and he was saying that Amanda Serrano always seems condescending, kind of when she speaks, because she always says like a a comment that people will take a negative way, right? And then she comes and she goes, yeah, but she's such a great fighter, though. Yeah, he's 100% right about that. I didn't notice that until he pointed it out. I give him more credit for pointing that one out to me because I never noticed that in the personality. But you know what, man? It is what it is. It is boxing. You got to make people feel some type of way. You got to rub the buttons the wrong way. You got to take them jabs in the media, in the press conference. You got, before you get in the ring, try to get in their head. Even when you're in the ring, try to get in their head. I get what she's doing. It is what it is. It's boxing. I can't. I can't discredit her, take anything away from her from it. But yeah, man, it would have been nice if it would have been 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, but it is what it is. We did not get that. All right. All right. All right. So Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Again, I may just be there with Maestro I. Uh, let's hope I have the availability. I think I will be there though. But moving forward to my next topic of conversation, the Emperor. The Emperor. How the Emperor got his groove back. You guys know who the Emperor is. Your boy, George Ferocious Kambosos. So, it's been a lot of talk on Twitter, a lot of conversation happening back and forth between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. It's been a war of words. And for me, it's starting to seem like Devin Haney is the person that's at fault if this fight does not happen. Specifically because, excuse me, specifically because Devin Haney doesn't want to go fight him in Australia. First, Devin Haney had the attitude, and he was verbalizing and saying that he would go fight him anywhere. He would go fight him in Australia. He'd go fight him in Jupiter. He'd go with, and that was the conversation that they had after Devin Haney's fight, when Devin Haney beat JoJo and retained his belt. That was the conversation they had in the post-fight press conference. And this was another fight. I got a portion of a Fight Hub TV interview. I queued it right to where I needed to be specifically because I want you guys to hear the words of Devin Haney when speaking to George Kambosos about making this fight happen. All right, there we go. So let's put the volume up. All right, this is the portion where Devin Haney says that he will fight George Kambosos anywhere, that it does not matter.
No, we're gonna do that.
Good. That's it. That's all right,
As long as
If it make, it gotta
as long
make
as
sense.
it makes sense.
No, of course.
And I know you already said you come to Charlotte.
As long as it makes sense.
I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to.
Hey,
Yeah, I fight you on Jupiter if I have to.
I told Eddie if someone pulls
Jupiter if I got to.
that's beautiful because I like
I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to.
because I like
I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to.
because I like
I'll fight you on Jupiter if I got to.
Hey,
Lies.
I told Eddie if someone pulls out, I'll fight this weekend.
Nah,
Regardless of the
Lies.
I'll
Lies. Lies. He ain't fighting anywhere. He's scared. He is scared. I don't know why he doesn't want to go to Australia. Well, I do get reasons why he doesn't want to go to Australia. Kambosos wants to avoid Haney, in my opinion. He knows he can't beat him. Yo, look, man. I don't know if that's the truth. I don't know if I agree with that, bro. Like, Kambosos has been saying since the beginning that whoever he fights is going to be in Australia in a big stadium, that he'll sell out an arena. He's been saying that since the beginning. He's not putting out any new special conditions or that Devin Haney has to meet. The conditions are the same. You have to go fight in Australia. And Devin Haney doesn't want to go fight in Australia. And he was talking about potentially fighting Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia just signed to fight to go. Which doesn't really make sense, but I'm not really going into that right now. Yeah, so to me, it doesn't seem like Kambosos is afraid and doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. And in my opinion, Haney's the one that's not signing the contract, that's not going out there and being the big man, the big boy, and fighting the guy in his hometown. But I do understand why someone wouldn't want to go to Australia after that whole Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn decision situation. You know what I'm saying? That they're obviously biased to their fighters. So, if you go out there and fight, you got to beat somebody, knock them out type beat, or like completely beat him in a fashion like barely get hit, and beat him up. So I do understand the thought of not wanting to go to Australia, but at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. This is boxing. This is boxing. Is a sport of fighting, and those were the conditions from the beginning. Now, if there is no Devin Haney, because it seems like he's not going to sign that contract to fight in Australia. If there's no Devin Haney and there is no Ryan Garcia and there is no Teofimo Lopez, then the only two options are Lomachenko and Tank. And I'm going to tell you this much. From my judgment, there ain't no Tank in this conversation either. So the only person that leaves is Lomachenko. Which means that I think that the most likely fight to happen for the Emperor is Lomachenko, and that will be a great fucking fight. They both move a lot. They both throw a lot of punches. Lomachenko has a lot of angles. From that last fight Kambosos had with Teo, it seems like Kambosos has a lot of angles too. Yo, that'd be a great fight to see, and it would prove a lot too. If Kambosos was to win that fight, it would prove a lot too. But that's a hard fight for Kambosos to win. Lomachenko, I think Lomachenko has the upper hand in that one. I'm not just gonna say, Lomachenko's gonna win. I always go back and view a good amount of tape before I do make my decision and stick to my decision. And I definitely have my decision regarding this Saturday. We'll speak about that in a little while later in the show. But yeah, man, Devin Haney won't go to Australia. He ain't gonna do it. The GOAT Mario P says Kambosos can't beat anyone in the top 5. He got lucky, in my opinion. Well, it could have been luck. It could have been luck. But at the end of the day, he won the fight and he beat Teofimo convincingly. Like, he beat him up. It wasn't, the judges gave it to Teo or something like that. No. Kambosos beat him up convincingly. We'll see in his next fight if Kambosos is that guy or he is not that guy, But you got to give the guy a shot. He did win at the end of the day. So you do got to give the guy a shot. You got to give him a chance. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, going on to my next topic and situation. For my next topic, I have Sean Porter and Boots Ennis on the Twitter dispute, which called for a potential good fight, which I don't know if I see happening, but I think I would be very interested in seeing that fight. So I have an article here for you. Let me share this screen. Here's this. There we go. All right. This is from boxing247.com. So, they were speaking about Thurman. And then Sean Porter goes on ahead and he goes, Ennis is a 6-year professional, and the best names thus far on his resume are Thomas Delorme, Sergey Lipinets. No, Sean Porter didn't say that, but this is facts. The best names on his resume are Thomas Delorme, Sergey Lipinets, Juan Carlos Abreu, and Chris Van Heerden. I feel like he can't, and this was Sean Porter speaking on the Porter Way podcast. I feel like he can get Boots Ennis out of there, but a Mantas Stanionis is going to be there. He then says Boots is overrated. This is why I say he's overrated. Everyone is so hyped up on him, but he hasn't been in the ring with any world champions yet. I need it to start happening. I'm just tired of hearing it. And that started the beef. That started some smoke. That started up the situation, which I do hope it turns out happening. I do hope the situation turns up happening. This is the response. This is the response. This is the response that I saw today that got me hyped. Boots goes. I heard you at Showtime. Sean Porter said I was overrated. You was just saying I'm ready. You was just saying I'm ready and too much for these guys. LOL. And you said you won't fight me. Yawning. But keep that same energy though. If I'm so overrated, come out of retirement and fight me. Now people retire and I'm overrated. Yo, that's a great fucking call out. Yo, what's good? The boxing historian. How you doing, brother? I'm chilling out here, man. You know, living, man. Casting. Boots is the future of the 147-pound division. You know, I could see how he is the future of the 147-pound division. You know, but yeah, man. Look, this will be an amazing situation to see Showtime Sean Porter come out of retirement and box Boots Ennis. I would love to see that. Think about it. Sean Porter is the guy with experience that's been in the ring with champions, right? He was a champion, right? He's speaking on the Porterway podcast, a retired Sean Porter speaking on the Porterway podcast about Jaron Boots Ennis. And then it's called him out. You guys think that Sean Porter will come out of retirement? I definitely don't. I think Sean Porter's hanged him up for good, but I would love to see that because it will provide Boots the test that he needs. And you know what? I would love to see gatekeeper Sean Porter because it's like I said about Keith Thurman. I don't see Keith Thurman being a champion again. Not with the performance we got this last Saturday. He said he's gonna incorporate some hit training. If he does incorporate some hit training, then we gonna see. We gonna see what changes that makes to his strength, his conditioning, his body, and how he sustains them body shots. Because look, everybody knows he's susceptible to those these days. So yeah, Sean Porter. I would love to see him come out of retirement and box Ennis. I think Ennis eats Keith Thurman. I think Ennis eats Sean Porter too. But it gives Ennis that fight that Sean Porter is talking about that Ennis needs. So why not? If Ennis needs that fight and you could provide that fight for him and you're the guy talking junk, then go ahead and get in there and fight him. But he ain't gonna come out of retirement. Yo, boxing historian, let me know. I'll send you the link. Let me know if you want to come on, bro. Got maybe another 20, 30 minutes on this. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, man. Sean Porter, Rumbler, aggressive, come forward, head first, throw whatever punches come to mind, try to land anything off the ropes. Saluting the boxing historian. You already know. You guys love the support. Thank you all. But yeah, brawler, Sean Porter, come forward, head first, throw whatever punch can land, aggressive, has a semi-susceptible chin. We've seen him down twice now. You know, he hadn't been in with opponents before that could put him down, or more than 2 times. I don't know, whatever. But he's been down twice recently. So if Jaron Ennis fights in angles, he fights a very defensive style. He got power. He punches for accuracy. He lands a lot of punches, you know, and accurate punches with power from weird angles that people don't expect. I think that that's a problem for Showtime. I think that's a big problem for Showtime. So, yeah, man, that's a fight I would love to see. Showtime, Sean Porter versus Jaron Boots Ennis. Let's see what happens. I wonder what Sean Porter's gonna respond. I wonder. But we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see. Maybe the response will be in by the time I get off this live. All right. And now, Now we gonna hop into this weekend's fights. We're gonna hop into this weekend's fights. This weekend we have a lot of good stuff. Not really. I'm talking shit. There's only one fight that I'm gonna talk about this weekend. Daniel Jacobs versus John Ryder. So, and I have a good segment for this. I have a really good segment for this. All right, let me share my screen real quick. 1 second. Let's start it off for you folks with the tail of the tape from fightnights.com. They be looking out, man. Second week, second week they give me their tail of the tape. This may be my go-to from now on moving forward. Don't be stealing my sources, though. Don't be stealing my sources, though. No, I'm fucking with you. But all right, here we have it. The tail of the tape. Daniel Jacobs versus John Ryder. Daniel Jacobs with 37 wins. John Ryder with 29. Both guys with losses on the record. Daniel Jacobs 3, John Ryder 5. Knockouts. Daniel Jacobs with 30. John Ryder with 16. So would seem to me like Daniel Jacobs has either had the better matchup selection or has more power than John Ryder, because I've seen John Ryder hit a lot of people with a lot of punches and they look like they hurt, but they don't be going down, I guess. Or he just doesn't do the right combinations of punches to put people down or catch them at the surprise type of angles that would put them down. Who knows? Whatever. But moving forward, we have Daniel Jacobs with a draw. Daniel Jacobs does it a lot where he doesn't do enough in a fight to win. He doesn't land enough punches. He doesn't throw enough punches. And then he thinks he wins. I hope we don't get that against John Ryder. Maybe we will. But if we do get that against John Ryder, I still think I'll finish up on that later. I don't want to give you my decision before I even go through the stats and why. I'll give you my decision after I go through these stats right here as to who I think is going to win. We'll go back to that. But total bouts. We have Daniel Jacobs with 41 total bouts. John Ryder with 34 means Daniel Jacobs is more experienced in the professionals, in the pros. I would assume that gives Daniel Jacob a wisdom experience type of advantage over John Ryder. Knockout percentage 73% Daniel Jacobs, 47% John Ryder. And this is the part I love. Why didn't they have the reach? You know what? I'm glad I have the box rec up for John Ryder. Yeah. So the height, Daniel Jacobs is 6'1". John Ryder is 5'9". If you ask me, that makes a huge difference. If a guy knows how to use his height and reach, that makes a huge, huge difference. Then we have reach. Daniel Jacobs with a reach of 74 and John Ryder with a reach of, where is it? It's in here somewhere. 72. John Ryder with a reach of 72 and Daniel Jacobs with a reach of 74. The GOAT Mario P says Jacobs is washed and Ryder is a Euro bum. That's all there is to it. I mean, look, I'm not going to agree or disagree with that. And then we have John Ryder, a southpaw, and Daniel Jacobs, an orthodox fighter. Okay, look. Let's keep moving forward, right? Daniel Jacobs versus John Ryder. Time for me to tell you who I think is going to win and why. I think Daniel Jacobs is definitely going to have the W this weekend. If you're looking to bet, my opinion would be the easiest bet to do would be Daniel Jacobs winning. If you want to take it a little further, Daniel Jacobs winning by split decision. That's what I got for you. The undercard, I got nothing on the undercard for you. And I'll tell you why I believe that. I got more stuff for you. So let's get rid of this little the tail of the tape. I think you guys have gotten a little pretty look at it. Let's move on to John Ryder and Box Rec. So, as you see here, we're going a little lower to his first loss. All right, first loss. First loss, Billy Joe Saunders. And that was seems to be his first real opposition because before that he was fighting 16 wins, 20 losses, 18 wins, 12 losses. We don't care about those guys. So his first real opposition against Billy Joe Saunders, he lost. He goes up. This is still weak opposition. Wins. Still weak. Wins. Still weak. Wins. Still weak. Wins. Continues doing cherry picks after losing to Billy Joe Saunders, then starts going up in opposition again. 31-3. Billy Facundo, right? Let's keep going up, right? No credit, no credit. Then after he goes up again, he goes back down in opposition. Then he goes up again in opposition. This is where he gets real. He starts fighting good oppositions from here on forward. But he takes a loss against the first one. Wins the second. Then he fights Rocky Fielding. Takes a loss against Rocky Fielding. We know what Canelo did to Rocky Fielding. We know what Canelo did to Jacobs. So we keep going. Still up in opposition. Still winning a few with knockouts, CKO, whatever. Has gotten better, I guess. Then he steps up for title fight, Callum Smith. And he lost the fight in an arguable decision, right? Arguable decision. The boxing historian says his sentiments exactly, which he's repeating exactly the same thing the GOAT Mario P says. Jacobs is washed and Ryder is a Eurobum. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, then we go to Callum Smith, which is the arguable decision, right? There was a lot of punches that landed both ways. Then another couple tune-up fights here, and now Daniel Jacobs. So he seems to take a couple tune-up fights after every time he loses. It tells me that he's definitely not ready to fight Daniel Jacobs. Let me show you a little something regarding what John Ryder took advantage of against Callum Smith, which he's not going to be able to do these things against Daniel Jacobs because of Daniel Jacobs' lateral movement, because of Daniel Jacobs' head movement. Daniel Jacobs doesn't stand still like this guy. I'll show you right now. Hold on. This is John Ryder versus Callum Smith, as you guys see in the top left-hand corner. Only gonna show you a little bit. You know, don't like that copyright and shit. The boxing historian says Callum Smith is slow as shit, but he's gonna have better time at light heavyweight. By the way, subscribe to the boxing historian, Off the Ropes, Boxing MMA. You know, got some good channels, good content coming for you. But yeah, so this is this right here is John Ryder and things that he took advantage of that Callum Smith did and does that Jacobs isn't going to be there for. You know, look, let me show you. Here we go. Here we go. Take him to the ropes. At the ropes, take advantage of him and abuse him. One more time. Take him to the ropes again. Here we go. Take him back to the ropes. At the ropes, Callum Smith crouches in, and it's time for Ryder to abuse him. Here we wait, let me go back to that one more time. Oh, here we go back to the rope. One more time. Let me go back to that one more time. Here we go. To the ropes, Callum Smith tucks in and he abuses him over the top on the inside, the body. That's not gonna happen with Jacobs. See, okay, I'm good with this. All right, I'm good with those highlights. You already know we do not want that copyright shit. You know. So, two bums fighting isn't necessarily something to look forward to, but it doesn't mean it can't be fun. Hopefully, they come to fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, this is the only fight that there is to look forward to this weekend. Besides that, you guys tell me if you know of another fight that you think is gonna pop off this weekend that's gonna be great. I don't really see it. Or that has a chance of being great. Bilal Alkaway might be the best win for John Ryder. Bilal was supposed to be the next big thing coming out of the Canelo camp. That fight was on the Canelo versus Jacobs card. I hear you, bro. John Ryder doesn't have too much of a good resume, if you ask me. And I don't think that that's going to help him in this fight against Daniel Jacobs, excuse me. But here I got another little highlight reel. This is another 10 seconds I'm gonna take. I'll shout out this YouTube channel afterwards. Obviously, I'm only using 5-10 seconds commenting over it, so there should be no copyright for this. So this is Daniel Jacobs versus Canelo, one of the best fighters out there. And if he can do this to Canelo and dodge some of Canelo's punches this way, then hands down, he's going to be able to do this to a lot more of John Ryder's punches. Plus, as I said yesterday on Off the Ropes Boxing and MMA's podcast, look, man, John Ryder is the bronze version of Canelo. You know, I heard somebody say he's the cheap version of Canelo, the bronze version of Canelo. I agree with that. He doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the angles, he doesn't have the wisdom, the knowledge, definitely does not have the resume. And definitely doesn't have that killer instinct and skill. Yo, what's good, JC? Thank you for coming through, brother. You already know. So this is what Daniel Jacobs is gonna do to a large majority of John Ryder's punches. Pay attention. Dodge, 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 dodge. Oh, he got hit with that one. You see him dodging, ducking. He's not standing still at the ropes. Of course, Canelo's a much better fighter, and Canelo finds ways to get in there. Let me just show you that little clip one more time because I don't want to show you more of these highlights. I hate that copyright nonsense. So here we go. One more time. The little clip I just showed you. Here we go. This is what Jacobs is gonna do to Ryder's punches. Hey, oh, it's coming. Dodge, dodge. I went too far back. All right, here we go. It's coming. Dodge. There we go. Dodge, 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 dodge. So that's it. I'm good with these highlights. A whole bunch of dodging, as you see. So let's close that right up. Let's close. I'm done with my screen sharing. Close that right up too. So if you're following my thought process, then there's no way that Bronze Canelo is gonna beat Daniel Jacobs. John Ryder does a lot of coming forward aggressively. He throws punches at the same angle for most of the fight. He tries to come in and stay in the pocket and try to smother people in their punches and get his punches off. Daniel Jacobs is not going to be there standing still to get hit or to really trade with him like that. I think Daniel Jacobs is going to try to be very elusive. I think he's going to try to employ the same game plan that he did against Canelo, just that it's going to be more successful against John Ryder because John Ryder is not as good as Canelo and doesn't have the same power, speed, punches as Canelo does. And it is what it is. And no, I'm in no way, shape, or form comparing greatness levels or anything like that. Just using to compare skill levels and what I think is going to happen in this fight this weekend. So if you guys have some money that you're trying to bet, the bet to make is Daniel Jacobs winning. And then if you want to push it further, Daniel Jacobs winning by split decision. I'm telling you, I guess last week's fight, right? I've been on the roll. So Yeah, man. Let me see. I think I'm all talked out. I think I'm all through all of my topics. Let's just see and verify. Oh no, you know what? One more thing I forgot to mention. I'm glad I looked at my notes. So this fight is a WBA title eliminator. So whoever wins this fight may get a title shot. That's lovely for Daniel Jacobs because, as you guys said, he's a bum or washed up or whatever it was you guys were saying in the chat. Yeah, Daniel Jacobs. He every time he steps up in competition, it also seems like he loses. See, there's levels in boxing, right? There's Canelo, Jacobs, and then Ryder's level. So right, Canelo, Jacobs, Ryder, three levels, right? Canelo whips Jacobs, Jacobs whips Ryder. Ryder and Canelo should never fight. So no, I think Ryder's gonna have a field day. You know, I think Jacobs is definitely going to get hit a few times. Obviously, he can't dodge every punch the entire fight, but I think Jacobs is gonna come through with the easy win on the scorecards. You already know. And yeah, now I definitely am all talked out. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you all for coming on and supporting me and joining me in the chat and talking it up. If anybody that I know wants to join up on a future show, let me know. Come on, that'll be dope. We could speak about it beforehand. That'll be cool. I'm trying to see if I start having different people join me on different shows. Different commentary, different points of views, interview different people. I'm gonna start inviting a lot of different people. Trying to grow this channel. You already know. Thank you all for supporting. Support HCP. Support D Style, Maestro Boxing. Support everybody else who is doing this YouTube shit because this shit ain't easy. It takes a lot of work, a lot of courage. So yeah, support everybody doing it, and thank you all for the support. Go follow Off the Ropes Boxing MMA, Boxing Republic as well. Thanks everybody for watching, man. On another great show. Probably see you this Saturday. I won't front this time. I fronted last time. I will probably see you this Saturday, trying to see if I can link up with Maestro on the show. You guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Knocked Out by Kenny. No Cap Boxing. Peace.